All right, y'all. So look, before I get started with this day, we got to talk about this book. And so many times I wanted to like jump on and interrupt my reading with this one, but the way Miss Desiree writes these books, the way she like incorporates, I'm saying Christianity because I'm a believer in that light, right? But the way she incorporates these biblical principles that sneak up on you. Because when I'm ready to go ham on Leah, the book at the end, the instruction was something totally different. And it reminds you of, you can have a jazzy week. You can have a real jazzy week. And you get to the building on Sunday morning and the sermon tells you you got to do the opposite. Because Leah is a hater. And she deserved a good bullseye. But then at the end of the book, you find out why. And I'm starting with Leah because I said, hold on, something's going on with her. She's not a real friend. Sometimes people disguise themselves as a friend, but really got different intentions. And that's with women, that's with men, you know. And so she had something going on from the moment she stepped on the scene. She had something going on, and I said, does she deserve a good Delgado beatdown? And then I was like, wait, I gotta remember where I am. I'm with Luke and Adonis. They don't do that. They don't do that over here. So, all right, that's the thing about Leah. When you read this Luke and Adonis series, two things stick out the most to me. One is the power of love. Three things, kind of. So there's the power of love. There is the art. I'm gonna say the art of forgiveness, because it takes a special person to forgive the way this book is requiring it. The art of forgiveness, and then the authority of faith. Ooh, that sounded good. I hope that sounded as good to you as it did to me. But the authority of faith, and how the faith of these two and the love between these two really does withstand everything. In the last book, we learned about Adonis and how Adonis had this different kind of confidence in her faith, and her confidence was based on the instruction from the Creator. And in this book, she constantly goes back to the Creator, like, thank you. And she writes these Dear Creator letters, and they always end with love Adonis, Dear Creator, love Adonis. And that's really important in this book, because when things go left, that's the thing about Miss Desiree, right? All of the books are like, don't trip when things go left, because with love, with your faith, they can immediately come back. And sometimes it's a struggle to get things to come back, right? Like, sometimes we go so far off left that, like, we feel like it's hard to get back right. But the way Luke loves Adonis, there's no other way. There's no other way. I gotta love you back. I gotta remind you. I gotta get your memory back. Then there's this little hood part of Luke where it's like, they tell him something happened, and I'm trying to do this without spoilers because I want you to read it, right? But there's this time where Luke gets this, let's call it a notification, and Luke swells up a little bit. He swells up a little bit, and I said, oh, Luke got a little thug in him. And so, if I could tell you the part that, like, pulled at me the most in this book, and I won't tell you where it happens, or what happens before, or what happens after, but what pulled me the most was when he takes off his shirt, and his wings are gone, and he has scars all over him, and she notices it, and so it's like, oh, for me, you did this sacrifice, and I just, in my mind, I can picture just the scars of where the wings used to be. And maybe, you know, you rip paper and you rip paper and it's never a straight line, and so, like, I just imagine, like, maybe one of them is like deep embedded, but the other one may have like still a little piece of the wing out, like just a rugged rip on his back. And and just the scars from battling for this love and this life, and then the ending. Oof. The let's go from the quarter down, when things aren't what you thought they would be, when sacrifice isn't what you thought it would be. And my grandmother used to say, baby, it's hard getting old. Oh, that's perfect for this. My grandmother used to say it's hard getting old because you got to be careful. Either you're going to be a joyful old or a bitter old. I'm trying my best not to tell y'all about this, tell you the intricate details, but when I tell you, it's such a fulfilling book because it reminds you that it's love over everything. It's faith over everything. And when it's all said and done, no matter how people do you, there is a requirement to forgive. And then the minute you forgive, that's word too. The minute you forgive, truly, honestly, are given the opportunity to forgive, and you do, gotta hit the restart button for you. you just feel better. You just feel better. And he hits the restart button for you. And all the things you were tripping off of before, they go away. And all you have to do is forgive. The last requirement? Forgive who? For what? You somebody lying. But that's me every Sunday. I'm in there listening to the sermon going, somebody lying. I think this is fantasy. Every time I read it, I just feel good because it's such a reminder of how good God is to us and the grace we get and the grace we give each other. And the way Luke loved her. He said, I got a reminder. I have to. Do you remember? And then, if you was going to rename this book, I am here, Adonis. I am here. Dear baby Jesus, can I get a I am here living promise? I promise I'll do my best to do it right. I promise you I'll do my best. I'll do my best to treat her right. I'll even follow your order. Amen. Thank you so much, sis. I think it might be another one coming. I'm not sure. But I want to get these books because they're just beautiful books. Yeah. Y'all have a super dope Saturday. I'm out.